来给我看看。
Folks, my PC will work, and it won't have a hissy fit when we decide to go live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to what is a very purple-looking studio here on the oNiD Racing Twitch channel, out of the red and in with the slightly more diluted red, as we welcome you to the second round of the Classic DTM Championship on Assetto Corsa at Circuit Algarve, Portimao, in what is going to be lined up to be a very highly attended race. 17 drivers, would have been 18, well, we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, alongside me in the comments box to welcome the second round into what is the halfway point of qualifying is the wonderful American Dominic Barut. Dominic, good evening.
How's it going this afternoon, everybody? We are back here at Portimao, or Algarve, depending on whatever you prefer to call it. And back with the DTMs again. Hopefully we get a nice, good race this afternoon.
Indeed, I certainly made a point of being only 17 drivers and not having an 18th driver. But we do have 18 drivers that could be on track, but our wonderful Ben Meyer has decided to join us in the comms box this evening. Ben, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Well, I'd say it was decided. I decided it was a decision was made for me. I'm carrying an injury that I have to nurse my way through. So tonight I'm not able to race, unfortunately. But yeah, we are here for what is actually the fourth round of the championship.
The fourth round. Well, is it? It's technically the fourth
I wasn't going to say anything.
Is it the fourth
okay.
round? Is it the fourth round? It is the fourth round. Jesus Christ, that's not quick, isn't it? Shitting hell.
I'm not the only one carrying an injury this evening. So we're here. We're wounded, but we're moving forward, and we're looking forward to some great racing with these DTMs.
I am indeed wounded, and you are as well, but I think Dominic will have to carry us through, so we'll be alright. But yeah, good evening to everyone. With 4.5 minutes to go, Johan Kalzak currently leading the way, 155.8 in the BMW, followed by Beaver and Strystrand, Ulkers, Nikola Kakis, Bob Overstreet, Jorgensen, Oscar, and Leach Senior round up the top 10.
That's a heck of a lap from Johan round there. I'm not the quickest by any stretch of the imagination around there, but I was struggling to get into the 201s.
Well, we're back seeing improvement from Johan to come across the line again. 156.3 now. He lost it in the third sector. It was purple first and second, but couldn't make it work in the third, so he'll go on for another lap. But yeah, 155.8. Next nearest car is 156.9, 1.1 seconds down the road.
That's Alfie, 1.1 down on him.
In the mighty Mercedes he is.
Yeah, maybe not finding the Merc work. Oh, he's looking very tail happy as well. That might not be finding his usual driving styles working as well round here. The curbs are biting a lot of people round this. This is a mod version of Portimao. It doesn't quite match up to the real dimensions of the track. So it's
no, it's the curbs are harsh, and the elevation is very roller coastery.
Yeah, I've been calling it Powterby, but yeah, it's not quite there. So I think there's a few drivers are struggling to actually put in a good lap time, and that Merc is looking very tail happy.
Is, and I must admit, I feel sorry for Dominic because all his cars only turn one direction. Now he's got to contend with turning left and right, up and going up and down hills as well.
I don't know. Didn't you watch the Le Mans this year? I believe Corvette won.
Okay, you know what?
A little bit of left and right there. We're just gonna throw that one out there, you know.
Corvette doing pretty well in the.
You know how
weren't Cadillac leading the race at one point?
Yeah,
as well?
Cadillac, you know, yeah,
so
they do all right.
Do you know how you say things? And yeah, sometimes there's not very much substance to it. Or there's an easy answer to a very simple question. I think that's what's just happened.
To me, does that Merc look like it's just got a couple of girders holding the front windscreen in?
That's like it hasn't. Oh Jesus! God. Oh, Alfie does improve to 156.3. Still a way off.
Still half a second off Johan there.
Jeez.
The BM is very nimble. It's even made me look marginally competitive. Maybe not a Nürburgring, but for the last week I was anyway.
And then we've got an army of Alphas from 3rd down all the way down to 7th. Stridestrand leading him at the minute. Purple first sector, I think the second sector's been quite poor for him. That's a very bad lap for him. He's not going to improve on that one. He goes again.
Yep. A lot of tight corners on this track. The way the Alpha puts its power down, it's going to benefit coming out of those acceleration zones.
Yep. I say that. We have Josh Irwin splitting the Alphas now, and right down the middle, pretty much. If the middle can be slightly odd.
Yep, good performance from Josh. Only came into the championship today, so he's picked up one of the slots that people have left. So he's got in there straight away with the Mercs, looking on pace very quickly.
We'll stay with this lap actually. Sector 1, purple sector. So he's quicker than Karolzak in the first sector on this lap, and I've jinxed it. Hey, there we go. Didn't take me long to get back into rhythm.
Well, first day, first commentator's curse. He'll get used to it. Don't worry.
It's fine. You get used to it after a while, you know. Just me jumping on board with you.
He'll just be like, "Why do I just bin it out of nowhere sometimes?"
What happened?
Like, yeah, don't worry.
I did that braking zone perfectly. I don't know what happened. Oh, that happened. It was him. It was him on the Twitch. And he's sadly down 0.9 a second. I'm sorry, Josh. Forgive me for my sins. We're going to still stay with you anyway because it does look neat and tidied up, to be fair.
We are into overtime. Alfie's way off. He's chopped that lap off, hasn't he? He's in the 2-minute 14 on this one, so it's realistically that's going to be Karolzak on pole.
Realistically, yes. So we'll stick with Josh on stream as we go through the final turn. And up through onto the straight. Got a lovely little uphill section there, and it's reasonably flat. A very awkward downhill break into turn 1, which will prove quite tricky. 3rd place for Irwin now. That's half decent, that is.
That's very good for a guy who's just come in.
Yeah, very much so. Alfie though, we'll stick with Alfie. And he goes through the middle sector. Up on the roller coaster of what is that kind of flat, pretty much flat through there really.
Is that James Leach up into 3rd at the def there?
Yeah, absolutely. And Stevie Bain getting up
into
there 5th. 5th for Stevie. Good work, sir. He'll be dancing around his kilt. To stop
I believe Karolzak just took another 2/10 off his time as well.
Yeah, 55.6.
Oh, he is looking rapid. Zach Silver across the line up into 12th. I think he was our last runner there.
Yeah, I think Alfie's invalidated on that final turn.
Alfie's on a 3-minute 49 lap, so...
Yeah. When he comes across the line, what will it say? It'll say he's still on a lap.
Huh. That's...
Never mind, it's sorted itself out.
Yeah, it's just the end of the session, yeah.
It is now end of the session, as your starting order is as follows. Johan, Karolzak, Alfie Beaven, Leach, Irwin, Bain, Strystrand. I keep saying that wrong. Olkers, Nikolakakis, Hill, Leach Senior, your top 10. Lindblom 11th, Zach Silver 12th, Overstreet 13th, Jorgensen 14th, Tim Bob 15th, Ben Asker 16th. We're going to ignore Maya, Aidan Howard, and Dominic Beirut. And I believe Jacob Hine.
Doesn't look like he was able to get a lap in.
No.
It is very tight round here, and it's very easy to invalidate. The curbs are absolutely lethal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the run down to the first corner. What you do on most versions of this track on Sims is you put 2 wheels on the curb.
Yeah.
To just give you a wide range. You can't do that here. It just destroys you.
No, you just can't. You don't touch it, basically, do you? It is a scary thing to do, as we will go into race.
I will, however, give Jacob grief that I've managed to out-qualify despite not taking part.
Of course you will. Of course you will, good sir. We will stick with the leader as we await the countdown for the race to begin. Let's find a really groovy camera angle for the start, shall we? I have no idea what cameras are on here.
That one from the top of the pit building's quite good.
Yeah, we'll do that. I have no idea what other cameras it will give us as we continue on the lap, but we'll stick with it and hope for best. As we just await the race start, we'll see the 6 red lights come onto the gantry, and we are away for the start, and everyone gets away reasonably well.
Couple of slower starters towards the back, but
Yeah.
don't think anyone's come a cropper.
I don't think so. Not yet. A couple of cars going wide. Potentially just to avoid. Oh, there's a car spin in the background. That's
Ben
Oscar.
Asker around.
That's Ben Asker around. So he'll rejoin and get going again. Oh, Stevie Bain's dropping down the order. What's happened to Stevie Bain? He's had a spin there. Alfie Bevan's crashed.
Yeah.
P3 has decided to stop, and Leach Senior is also off track as well.
I want to say that might have been Irwin and what's it called? Bevan coming together there.
Sadly so, Senior's still stopped on track, so he hasn't got going again. But as it stands, Karozak is leading the way. Kasper Streistrand in second. Olkers Nikolakakis Silver. I say that as there's been a change for a second as I was going through the order.
Yes, something looks. Yeah, James Leach has seen he's had to jump back to the pit lane there.
Oh, some interesting camera angles. Won't stick with this. It's pretty cool. As Olkers has to contend with Streistrand, trying to put up the inside. Zach Silver's dropping down the order from 5th or 6th place. He still continues to drop as he's turned his Alpha into a glorified Italian lawnmower. And that indeed is not the way to drive a race car, Zach. And you need to get back on track, and indeed he does. Ugh, what a horrible, horrible moment for him.
That was pretty clean getting away through the first turn, and then it all seemed to come apart there in the second half of the lap for people.
Yeah, all of our clean racing is gone into turn 1, and we're gonna wait and see what else happens. Or, as I said, Johan leading them away.
Johan's second in the championship coming into this. He's looking at this. He's definitely going to have to make some move up if he's going to take the opportunity. The time is now.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll need to get some time in there, and he's on the. We think he's on soft tyre. Oh, Bain's round. What's happened to Bain? He's in the.
He looks like he just lost it.
Oh dear.
Yep, lost it going out into the first couple of corners at Primera and Lagos.
Oh, that car is a bit battered and bruised. Oh.
Yeah, that's turning round on him.
That's pretty terminal. Good donut practice, but looks to be a little bit worse for wear. Zach Silver crawling his way back up the order now, past Tim Bob.
Yeah, Ben Asker coming in for a very early pit. They will have a mandatory for the middle 10 minutes. I think he's probably got damage that's needing to get sorted.
I think that's probably what's happened, sadly. God, I love some of these camera angles. That's Zach Silver going off into the sandpit.
Chris Overstreet looks like he had a moment there as well.
Same place again. Oh, Nikolakakis is round. That was P4. He's got it going again. But one of our top contenders has found himself spinning at the top of the final couple of corners. I think he's had contact with someone on the rear. Look at that. The wings all bent out of shape and all contortioned and just not looking right.
Yeah, rear end of that Alpha isn't not looking very happy. It's definitely had some kind of impact on it.
Indeed it has. A couple of cars coming out of the pits. That's Ben Asker and Leach Senior coming out of the pit lane. So they'll rejoin a lap down, but still continue to race. Good on them for doing so. Most notably, though, this battle for second place is heating up. It is the best of the Alphas at the minute. It says Alcas and Strystrand. Never say his name right. We'll go with it nonetheless.
Alfie back up into P5 and attacking Irwin in P4.
Very good. So that's a battle we want to keep an eye on as well.
Hill is pretty close to that battle as well, right there in 6th.
Right, gets it up on the curb though.
Let's have a look.
Manages to hold on it, but he's falling back into Lindblom's claws off the back of it.
Side by side as well is... Oh, Erwin's yielded. So,
Yeah, Alfie through.
Alfie's gone through. Is that a move for Alfie? Recovering?
Yep.
And
I think he was down in 10th at one point, and he's back up into P4 already.
oof. And then this has become a four-way battle now for this position, because it's got a very drifty Ash Hill. Almost missing, almost making contact with Erwin, but then missing him just. Possibly taking a lot of avoiding action there, as he's going to have Lindblom around the outside of him through the final turn.
That's a lot of road to use there to get round the outside.
Well, it
That
makes-
Merc's got some grunt under the bonnet.
Indeed it has, but... Well, it has actually given him a good few car laps, hasn't it, with the two Max ahead of these BMWs, as Hill's going to slide out the inside. They give each other space. Lindblom's very respectable, so I saw him coming. And indeed they both live to see another day.
Ooh. Everyone's settled a bit now, haven't they?
Just
That's
about.
that's going to be famous last words, isn't it?
Is up the inside is Hill into the first hairpin, and he's made that move work very well from quite a way back, and gets on the brakes, but in the background Lindblom's going to get swallowed up by Leach. Well, Leach will have to go trying that around the outside. It goes to the over-under. Our view is briefly obscured, and there's contact.
Both held it. Drifting through Samsung there.
Jesus Christ. And now the Alpha's going to have a look around the outside. Gets right over the curb. Makes me look away for a minute as he drives over the camera, drifting through. That right-hander there has to use a lot of the exit curb to try and get it across.
Yeah. Leach got a touch wide and just unsettled the car there.
Indeed he did, but he does, most importantly, continue. Guys, 22 minutes left, and we've still got a heck of a lot of racing to do. We haven't even contemplated pit stops yet. Well, that'll jumble up the order.
All the top runners are on the soft. So they're going to have to take the harder compound. It is a two compound race.
We think they're on the soft. We don't know if the tool is working correctly with the timing tower on the left, but we are pretty confident that that tyre tyre selection is accurate. The pit stops maybe not. But,
yeah, the tyre thing's been working. The pit stop counter hasn't been.
Which is glorified.
I've just been looking at the in the whatever, like the actual Seto one, and it shows that the top 4 run on softs, 5th, 6th are on mediums, 7th on softs, 8th mediums, 9th soft, 10th mediums, and then they're all pretty much on softs after that. Oh, except for Overstreet, he's on hards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it says top 2 are fighting there. Sorry, to second and third, should I say, are fighting for full second position. The two Alphas going at it. Olka's losing out there. I think potentially a bit of a late braking move into the hairpin cost him that position.
So in what I've done so far, the softs can get to about you can stretch them to 15 minutes. They're not going to be very fun for those last couple of minutes of that.
No.
I've been running a 17-13 split medium to softs.
Ugh. Blech. Horrible.
The hards are horrible to use. So Chris Overstreet is gambling a bit on those ones, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they'll last.
My problem with the hards is always that it takes so long for them to come in to be useful, and then they're only useful for like a little bit, and then they're back to kind of you're just driving around on tires, really. You're not really getting good performance. It's like they're not good in the beginning, they're all right in the middle for a short period, and then they're not really good at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get to about, they only come in at around the 15-minute mark. You can run them to about 25 minutes, but you're going to have to pit before then anyway. They're only really useful to take you up to the very end of the pit window. And I'm not sure that you're going to gain enough from it to do that.
Yeah, I think... well, I suppose if he goes to the softs after... If he does extend all the way to the end and then goes to soft, he would be sitting better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you guys in your very interesting tyre talk, but Ulcus and Streisand going at it. Alfie Beaver's now caught up with him. This is going to be a three-way battle for second place. All these guys, these three drivers on soft tyres.
Karasak's running away. He's making hay while the sun's shining there. Oh,
massive moment there from Ulcus.
Big twitch there. That's not going to make those softs any happier.
The big twitch in the four-wheel drive Alpha, though. I'm not entirely sure if there was a bit of encouragement from the Mercedes behind. You can see them drifting into the braking zones.
Yeah. Sjotren's looking very slow off the turn there.
Even side by side with Strystrand. Decided to interrupt. Going up into the top of the hill, or go back down the hill into the penultimate right-hander and the final right-hander around the outside. It makes the move work. And two, Casper also now trying to get past. I'm sorry, apologies. Ulca's trying to get back past Casper for what was second position, and that's also done.
I'm starting to give
Third
serious
position
consideration to success ballast in the future if I can ever get it working.
Oh dear Lord. Well, the Alpha's going to go side by side into turn one. He's going to do the last late break, and it's still side by side into the main straight. Going to be side by side in the first turn. Who's going to blink first? And it's Casper. He gets ahead, but goes very wide. And in the background, the Mercedes is also catching on this battle. There's contact potentially between Ulcus and Erwin, and there is a bit more of a kind of a love tap there, really, between the two, but they all keep going, and it's a three-way battle for third. Everyone's at it.
Hey, these lot have been glued together.
We do have the first few to dive into the pits. Lindblom, Hind, Bob, Nikolakakis, and Silver are all in the pits currently.
The leaders, well, some of the top runners are in. Meanwhile, these guys that are just continuously trading positions for 5th, 4th and 3rd. It's just insane.
Zach was on the mediums. That's a very early pit stop to come in from those. If he's going to the softs, that's going to be a gamble, surely.
I believe he found himself backwards a few times, though.
So because it's sideways. Sorry to interrupt. He saves it. Takes a bit of grass. Oh, that was a high mouth moment for him.
Yeah, Zach's gone to the hards.
Oh.
Yeah, I think his hand's been forced by damage there.
Yeah, I think so. Sadly. So he's going to have that race completely thrown out of the window for him for this first half hour. We do have another half hour coming up though, so we get to do this all over again in the next half hour race. Only a 5-minute qualifying though for that race to decide the starting order, as we see Casper heading into the pits.
But a 10-minute practice for me to restrict the alphas. running the standard 12% this evening, which seems to still be working quite well. Seems to be about the right sweet spot for the restrictor on them.
Dear God. But we'll see what we can do with those alphas. They are restricted. They are absolutely horribly powerful. If you don't restrict them, and car 7
Big slide from Olkers there.
is pushing continuously that car to the absolute limit. Ay ay ay. Can we breathe yet? We've got caught. We've got to do this all over again. Jesus.
Sjostren's in the pits there. Comes out on the mediums. I think soft to medium is going to be the order of the day.
What, Strystrand?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
However we are pronouncing today.
Casper. I'm just going to call him Casper. I'm just going to call him Casper from now on. Casper knows why. Casper does this. Casper does that.
Steve Bain just jumped into the pits as well, so we'll see where he comes out. He was running back in, I think, like 13th. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming he'll be towards the end after all the few spins he had on the first lap.
Yeah, the medium runners are starting to come in now.
Yeah. Oh. Right.
Meanwhile, though, Karlzak, Bevan, and Olkers are all still out there on the softs.
Running very long on the softs. Those have got to not be feeling nice right now. You've given the tire as a try, haven't you, Dom? So they're not. Yeah,
they're
softs do not feel fun after this amount of time.
Yeah, they definitely don't feel good after this amount of time, but I do got to say that I just don't feel like there's a big enough step between the tires. Like there's a lot of crossover, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's not a massive difference between those softs and mediums, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Sorry to interrupt. You say that Erwin, Olkers, and Bevan all into the pit lane. If I can get a good camera view of it.
There's a big noticeable difference between the hards and the other two, but on pace, I don't think there's a massive amount between the mediums. There's like a 2-lap window maybe for the softs.
Yeah, that's about it. There's like I was saying, yeah, there's not a major difference. I mean, there is, but not massive.
No.
But I'm making everyone change their compounds on this one because I'm cruel like that.
No. We're such evil admins.
It definitely does add a bit of planning, though, because when you're gonna be wanting to get off those softs definitely sooner than those mediums. But it's more or less the planning of, are you gonna pit earlier or later?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just had the horriblest of thoughts. Well, not horrible thought, but very comical thought of the James Bond villain and his cat turning around his swivel chair. Pit stop strategies. I've been expecting you.
I mean, I've only got a pet cockatiel, but and he doesn't like being stroked, so he'll just bite your fingers off. But I can try that if you want.
Please, for the love of God, don't. That was a horrible idea. My mind does go places, even more so now. Karlzak is in the pit lane. So he comes into his pit stop.
He's had a very big margin between him and second at the moment.
He has indeed. There's a car spinning in the background just up there. Which is very interesting. He does come in and stops in his pit box. We can't get a good camera position of him, sadly. So we'll just trust that he's in his pit box.
Yeah, got it dead on the marks.
Dead on the marks, and he's still in a bit.
He's lost a spot to Leach.
Yeah, Leach. No, Leach is not.
No, Leach still.
Same with fourth place Jorgensen and Overstreet. Oh no, Jorgensen has pitted. He just came in. Sorry,
he's just come in. So Karlzak is pretty much still the de facto race leader.
Yes,
I'd assume so. Leach is running that pit stop very late. It's going to be.
He is on the mediums, but yeah, it'll be a gamble if he even gets. Where does the line? Where does it count? Does it count to the line or to your stall?
As long as you're in the pit lane at before the timer goes, I think he'll be all right. I'm not sure he's going to make it back.
We're about to find out.
Where is he? He's
He should make it. It'll be close, but he
yeah,
should
last
make it.
turn. Last turn now.
Second, third.
No, actually, no,
third to last. What is it? Yeah, three.
now-
It's hot spot.
Going to
on
the
the
penultimate
uphill.
turn now.
Yeah. 40 seconds to get back.
He'll just make it, I think.
Yeah.
Left-hander and then 2 more right-handers, which are very high speed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think you've got to. I think so long as you're in, you're fine. I don't think you've got to finish the stop.
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be tight. We'll find out if it disqualifies him.
So I'll get into the pit lane with about 10 seconds to spare.
Yeah. Wonders they see you can come into the pit lane at full pelt,
Yeah, literally.
and it will slow you.
I think, even if it... No, he's still good.
Yeah, he's still going.
He's alright, but as you said, Kawasaki does then take
That,
the race lead.
he was quite a ways down at one point, Leach, so this could work out for him. He might pip Alfie.
No, I don't believe he'll do
No,
that. He should
I'm gonna
come
be
out
wrong.
right around Leach Senior, maybe.
Yeah.
Oakers.
Yeah, my timing was saying there was still like 25 seconds between them, so yeah, it was lying to me.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it looks like he'll be jumping out right in front of. Yep, right in front of Oakers.
He's made that work quite well. He carried those mediums a long time.
Indeed, that is
I want to say he gained about 3 or 4 positions doing that.
because that's a 4-way battle now for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. This is going to turn
He's
into
put
an
himself
interesting fight.
in there. He was a whiles off the back of that, as I recall.
See what you can do.
He's come out on softs as well, so he
He's
should be
got
looking
fresh
a
soft tyres
lot
as well, so
better
perhaps,
than the
yeah.
It's got 8.5 minutes. What can he do with softs in
Yeah, these guys
8.5
have taken a
minutes?
chunk of life off their tyres.
Yeah, I want to say they all pitted at least 4 laps ago, maybe 3 laps ago.
Well, he's made that work then.
Gaggle of alphas there.
I think he's going to be a bit annoyed that he's not in front of Casper, but
Yeah, I think he's gonna have the chance to make the move though, because Casper's put a couple of laps on
Yep,
that
Casper
already.
just went really wide right there.
yeah, he did. That's
Yeah,
the move
but
done.
reach through. That's a canny cat. He's got 5 seconds up the road to Irwin.
Irwin is on softs as well.
He's
And
got-
I want to say he's only maybe a lap ahead on a pit.
Both the
Ooh.
Leech guys have decent pace.
Who was that sliding in the background? Sorry to
It's
interrupt.
Leach Senior.
Oh, was that back?
He's dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having a bit of a rough time. He's
Is,
made it very easy for his lad to get through there though.
yeah.
I want to say, yeah, so Leach Senior is 4 cars back from Leach on track, but a lap down, so he's actually down in 17s. Yeah.
Right, what's happening here?
Oh, that's a proper slide from Leech in turn 1
It
there.
was massive.
I do like the Alpha. Those flamethrowers at the back.
Casper going very deep.
Yep.
Oh, I thought he was
I think
going to
that
make
was-
contact there.
I think that was a move made more in hope than good judgment there.
Yeah. So, I hope I don't hit you. I'm not taking a calculated risk. It's just all hope at this point.
One of those, I got it, I don't got it, I don't got it, oh no, no,
I
no.
got him! I got him! I don't got him!
I do not got it. Sorry, I'll try not to do
I've made a horrible mistake.
It was at that moment he knew. Oh yeah, Casper's not looking healthy at all there.
No,
I think
he's
he's
not.
I think he's taken the best out of those tyres.
He's a very unhappy chappy. And yeah, I don't think he's very much really liking that Alpha as of right now. It's very twitchy.
You'd have had to done something to the setup to get an Alpha that twitchy. It's a very I mean, it gets a little bit if you're too heavy on the throttle out of the turn,
Yeah,
but even then, it's very manageable.
very random, isn't it? Bless him. Well, you'll keep going nonetheless. Nikola Kakis is, after his excursion at the start of the race, is still having a bit of a torrid time down in 10th, but is in a top 10 position, but has been overtaken by Jacob Hine.
So Tim Bob's just, as he puts it, he's just timmed himself.
He's timmed himself.
Yeah. Tell you what, you know who's taking the admin bragging rights this evening? Chris Overstreet.
Of course he is.
He's going to be happy with that. I think he's going to be feeling slightly smug about that.
Just a little bit.
And deservedly so. He made the switch from hards to mediums work.
Yeah. Well, 5 minutes to go of its first half-hour race. You'll see. We'll start seeing who is going to start struggling on those soft tyres if they have pitted soft. So there's the Hills, the Jorgensen, potentially Irwin of the Owen driver up in P3. They start to struggle.
So what, the big mover of the race, Jacob Hine, 11 places up from his starting position.
Yeah.
And the big loser of the race, who will not thank us for saying it, Stevie Bain, 10 positions down from his starting position.
Oh no.
He was helped there, I suspect.
Yeah. I don't think he was there of his own choosing.
But I was never not going to point it out. So,
oh, of course, us admins never point stuff out like that. Stevie Bain loses lost 10 positions. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not gonna hear the end of that now, am I?
It does look like there's a proper flamethrower mounted on the back of the Alpha.
It doesn't.
It's like four exhausts pointing upwards. It's brilliant.
This is yeah. This is insane, isn't it? Bloody thing.
These cars have been great. It's been a great little season in these. We've still got 3 more weeks of them.
Indeed. Yes, dear Lord. God. That's going to be interesting. Leach currently setting the fastest lap so far. Just popped up there on the left side of your screen. And yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Irwin unless Irwin makes a mistake. Well, he's looking twitchy. Oh, that's a car round. That's Stevie Bain facing the wrong direction. I thought he was on a racing line there for a minute. Had a heart attack.
I think he's safe from Ben Asker, I think, because Ben had to come in for a very early pit stop and has gone a lap down.
Yeah, so I think he's alright, but is this going to be a battle third in the next lap or two, dependent on...
I want to say it is. Oh, well, as Leach runs a little wide, but Leach has closed down the gap about 2 seconds in the last lap or so.
We'll keep an eye on that, because that might be interesting.
It's whether he's going to run out of time, isn't it?
Pretty
Tell
much.
you what, Johan is looking absolutely peerless tonight. He's still making time on Alfie.
Oof.
I don't think
Hill's trying to make a last second pass for 6th position, it looks like.
Yep, Stevie off
Maybe
at the
Nikola
side there.
Kakis for 9th.
We'll get to it.
Technically, yellow flags exist in sim racing, but I don't think we pay the same amount of
Castle's
attention.
gone very wide.
Oh, and Hill through.
Hill 3, Lindblom had to take avoiding action. And for Hine, this is front row seats to what could be a very good opportunity for him to make up a few places right at the end of this race.
Yeah. 11 places made already. Can he grab a few more?
We'll soon find out. These guys all continue to fight. Casper will be under threat from Lindblom. Is that in the right? It is Lindblom. Oh no, it's an Alpha. That's a back marker. That, I think,
is Leach Senior.
So he's 3 laps down.
I feel for him this season. He had a lot of damage he had to get fixed in that in the very early part of the race, and then had to come and do his mandatory.
So I wonder if this is his actual true pace, so we'll hopefully see him up racing.
Apologies for the noise there. That was a BBC News notification on my phone.
Dear God. What as I was saying is that hopefully we'll see it up with these guys in the next race if he doesn't get absolutely yeeted on the start. So he's sticking with Casper quite easily. However, we are gonna get one more lap of racing.
Yeah.
Unless Johan decides to slow
Unless
right
Johan
down.
backs off very substantially. I mean, he could do it, to be honest.
He is.
He is as well.
He is as
I don't
well.
think he's going to back 10 seconds off. He is as well. He's going to wait.
He's going to wait. And then takes the checkered flag.
Oh, he didn't do it. Yeah, he did.
He did.
He's
done
it.
Us. Oh, that's just showing off.
15 laps exactly when he got the gap to do it. Alfie comes across for second.
And skids across the line.
The first race Alfie hasn't won this season.
God. Josh Irwin comes
still,
across.
I know who
Irwin.
won't be happy about not getting that last lap will be Nikola Kakis. He has been closing in on Hein ever so slowly and just not going to get it done, it looks like.
No, it runs very wide out the last turn there. Bit of a NASCAR turn there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that was the last lap, just desperate. I'm going for it.
It doesn't really benefit you running massively wide out there, to be honest.
No, not really, does it? But we'll wait for the last car to come across the line, and then we'll have about a 10-minute practice session for the next server. So
yes.
Enough time to have a good chat and talk about
10 minutes. 10 minutes practice for me to go and make sure all the alphas are restricted again.
Absolutely. Oh, bless you. Right, let's go back into our little comms booth area.
Right, I'm going to be back in a second. Bear with me.
No worries. I'll let you get to do your admin stuff as we await the next server to launch, which is going to be somewhat of a little bit of a wait. Let's have a look and see what our wonderful friends at SimRacing.GP are doing with our next server. He says waiting for his internet to hopefully not throw a hissy fit. There we go. In about another 3.5 minutes. Yeah, we're still here. Still here. Aren't we? That's fine. Just as we said.
Yeah, we're still here.
I'll wait in the next server. Another 3.5 minutes to wait until we get the next server up and running. Right. And let's see. Oh, I would drag someone into chat, but because we've got our own private little comms booth, we can't really do that, which is slightly disappointing.
Yeah, they've taken that ability away from us.
Rude. How absolutely
The strictest of our rights.
No! Can't believe they did that to us. Oh my god. Oh dear lord. Yeah, it's now just a waiting game. Fun race that says Storm Bot 13. Yes, it was very much fun. It was very enjoyable. And yeah, we never really knew where we stood, which is always nice to have on a race. And yeah, everything just
Yeah,
looks
there's definitely
competitive.
some position changes all the way down to the end there. It was pretty
Yeah.
nice.
It was absolutely. But yeah, it was a very good race. We quite enjoyed it ourselves. We are very much looking forward to the next one. Only downside is the next one is taking its time to load. So as we wait for the session to take over, we are.
Yes, we've still got a minute till, well, probably more like 3 minutes till the server launches.
Yes, I would say we'd drag a driver in, but sadly, we are kind of in a different server than the drivers.
We probably should remember to mention that to Johnny to put us on, to give us a comms box on the main server again, shouldn't we, so that we can annoy drivers.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, I say annoy drivers. It's usually me driving, so it's usually me getting yanked into the comms box, isn't it?
Saxiover says, my ISP hates this version of 40 miles as much as I do. Oh no. Oh dear.
I would sadly have to agree with Zach on that one. I can comfortably say I'm not the biggest fan of this track. Something about it. I'm just not good at it.
I like.
It seems slippery
for
for some reason. I don't know why. It seems slippery. Like, call me crazy, but it seems like the track is more slippery than it should be.
Stormbot, that's Jacob Pine, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He says that I need to make sure I actually get a quality lap in and not miss my pit box for the next race.
Those are two things that definitely help.
We've all done it. We have all done it.
The pit box done it.
Just need to make this abundantly clear, folks. When we go racing, it's kind of a thing that you do a quality lap. Yeah, that's kind of the formula to have a good race. I'm just throwing it out there without sounding sarcastic, which I probably am at this point. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we live and learn. It's all good. It's fine. They say you make. They say you learn from your mistakes until you knock yourself out. God, that's just staying in the Discord server for like ever now, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Along with the picture of you pointing.
Oh God. Yeah, this is what happens when you share your motorsport endeavours with your friends. They berate you for it.
They wind you up, yes.
They wind me up, yes. How dare you? How dare you, good sir?
What?
It's fine.
Do you want to do a little bit of an exclusive reveal? I'm surprising you two with this. This has nothing to do with me winding you up.
Oh God, okay, go on then.
But well, we've had some backroom discussions, and we've sort of settled on the car choice for the vote for next season. So I'm gonna surprise everyone. Wait, you should remember them, mate. I told you them first. But basically, what I'm planning, I haven't settled on the track list yet, because I tend to do that a bit later. We're going to try and go for a bigger grid rather than the 22 car grid we've had for this season. Although it has been brilliant. But we're looking at sort of a baby GT. Excuse me. Do apologise. Sorry, that's not going round there. Sort of a baby GT season. So the cars we're looking at are the Ginetta G55, which, will make Johnny pay attention, and if nothing else. The Lotus Exige V6 Cup, or the Toyota GT86.
That sounds like a radical lineup.
And I'm looking at similar format to this one, half hour with a pit and a compound and a tyre change. But I'm looking to bring back the top 5 from race 1 don't qualify rule again as well.
Oh.
Sort of pseudo reverse grid.
Ooh.
So how do we like that, folks?
I like it a lot. I'm quite excited. That sounds absolutely mega. Oh God, no, not the Lotus sack. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh no.
Vote sometimes. Even more, I'm planning to do it as an anonymous vote rather than the public vote we've had, because it got a bit confusing with the people voting. A lot of people who were. Yeah, I'm happy to put Virginia on there for a track.
Oh, you're making me want to race it now.
Server
Stop
has
it.
officially gone live.
Oh, excellent.
It has. It has gone live, but my PC is saying no, not yet.
I wonder every day, every time we do this, how I in America get into this server before you.
Thank you very much for pointing out. I don't see it. The game is crashed.
Yeah,
Thank you. for telling
I
me.
can run with Virginia International for a track. That sounds good to me.
Stop it! You're making me want to
VIR
drive
is
it
a
now.
very
I'm
fun
gonna get
track.
jealous. Stop it! I want to race it now. God damn it!
I think maybe a few American tracks actually. We've got because they're all most of them are mod ones. They've all got big pits.
Sonoma's another fun American track.
Sonoma is a good one.
Road America.
Road America.
Road
Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta. We've got.
Are we doing? Are
I
we
can't
now?
remember that.
Are we,
Should we do an American? Are we live deciding the track choices?
I think we are pretty much. Are we going for?
I'm trying to
I
remember
mean, there's
which ones are-
Watkins also, so
Oh, what I love Watkins, so I'm happy to have Watkins on there.
Are we going for an American GT season?
I think we
now?
could go for an American baby GT season.
Oh, you've heard it here,
an
though.
old school. Oh, I got an idea for one in the future. Old school Le Mans series, American Le Mans.
Ooh.
You see, they say it's
Run the classic American Le Mans tracks.
They say it's only
With classic
community
IMSA
racing.
cars.
Well, the last season of the year is one Chris has been pitching for a while. That he's been planning. That's we're going to do a bit of testing on it. So we'll come back to it in what it is in the future. But he's been planning this one for a while. So I'm planning that for the Monday night ones. It was originally planning it for the Jimmy nights, but I think it'll go over better with our bunch on a Mondays, which is Lost Tracks.
Well,
That would be quite amazing.
we say it's community racing, and I think that was a perfect advertisement for why we love what we do.
Yeah, we try and pitch it to the right people, and I think that it would go over better with our Monday lot than it would for the Jimmy gang.
Yeah, so we are absolutely loving this. And thank you guys for coming along and filling these grids as well. It doesn't happen without the drivers in the servers, but at the same time, having this wonderful community and being able to provide you guys, it's just it is a pleasure. So yeah,
right. I need to actually stop waffling and get into the server.
Yeah, you do absolutely. Get your ass in there.
Yeah, I think we've just basically live decided the next season.
I think we have, haven't we? That's literally. Screw the admin discussion. Screw the backroom discussion. We just do it here. It's fine. Every time we need to make a decision, we'll just talk about it here. Actually, no, not with everything. Let's not.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach, I can throw the Lotus Evora GX on the. We can have a 4-way vote on the cars. I can run with that.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be nice. It's a nice little combo, isn't it?
That is. What, are we doing multi-class again?
I was about to say a multi-class Lotus race.
That's got possibilities, hasn't it?
Again, live deciding. What this is how we need to make all the decisions now. This is
yeah. Multi-class I'm always a little bit tenuous on because I know the Clubman Cup on Thursdays has been doing a lot of multi-class and I don't want to tread too much on their toes.
Oh yes, that's a good point.
But they're not doing one at the moment. They're doing the Legends single make. So if ever we were going to do, and we tend to go more towards full, what you'd call motorsport cars, if that makes, that's a really poor way of putting it. Proper pure race cars.
Yeah, not
Clubman does.
Purpose-built race cars.
Purpose-built.
Yeah.
Not Tim Top shack built kind of legends. Oh my god.
Wait a minute, weren't we in a mini cup a little while ago?
Yes. Yes, that was a bit of an outlier, I will concede.
They had numbers. That's a race car.
It has 4 wheels and a motor. And you can slap a number on the bodywork. It's a race car.
Yeah, I think we've got the makings of a good season there.
I think we have, and that's filled with excitement. That has. I think we'll take a roll with that.
I don't think we've ever done a live deciding of a championship on the stream.
No, never. Not even when we were, formally, with our former outfit before joining oNiD. Never ever.
We do also have some big Saturday events coming up.
Yes.
But,
oh yes.
Johnny's got some of those on plan already. I have been pitching a long Legends at Bristol race, which, you know, will always be entertaining.
There's been some other ideas as well, but
Oh, yes.
oh yes, we can tease you with them, but we can't tell
Yeah.
you, which is a shame because we've got some amazing stuff planned, and indeed we hope to see you guys get involved with it and get stuck in. But yeah, watch this space.
Okay, I don't know why I just gave Scotty a restrictor when she's not even in the she's the wrong car and not even in tonight. So,
Wow, just wow.
oh no, she is actually. There was. I will take
she?
that restrictor off, which I put on by accident.
You restricted Scotty. What are you there for?
Because I made a typo in the.
Of course you did.
Basically, every driver gets a client ID number on the server, which is what I used to put the restrictors on, and I typed the wrong one there. So Scotty's going to come in and shout at me.
Give me my power back.
Moments of panic as she has 12% taken off her engine.
Dear God.
Oh, dear.
You hear your clicking in the background as well on your keyboard.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I've got a new mechanical keyboard. I love the thing, but it is quite loud.
It's fine, don't worry. It's all good. We do have, though, 18 drivers back in, which is quite nice. So we do have
17 runners before, so we're up to 18 now because Scott is coming for race 2.
Yeah, which is lovely. So more than merrier. 21 official drivers registered for the season, so to have numbers like this is pretty damn good.
Yeah. Honestly, the attendance for this season has been fantastic.
We've only had
Might I add that she joined for the second race and has already put in a faster lap than Johan's qualifying time.
With a restrictor on for half the lap.
Oh no.
Maybe we might have a wild card entry here.
We might do. We'll see.
The BMW's looking really strong tonight. Which is really making me regret my knee giving out on me, frankly.
It looks tail happy though. If you can calm the tail happiness of the car.
You know what? It's less tail happy than you think. I think it feels like it puts the power down really well. The traction on the Beamer is brilliant, but I think it's a little down on power compared to the Alpha and the Merc.
Well, it's definitely down on power to the Alpha because we have to restrict the blooming things.
And it's very nimble as well to the others.
Yeah,
so it handles corners so nicely. I mean, you know me. I'm not a person who goes for low traction rear wheel drives. I'm a touring car boy.
That is one of my many failings as a friend.
We frequently argue with each other over this, because you are weak and require rear wheel drive and high downforce.
You just can't handle real race cars, so it's fine.
But I'm much better on a front wheel drive. But the Beamer is really easy to manage.
Yeah, you just need the safety net of having power going through the front wheels instead of the rear. So,
and you can't handle lift off oversteer. So
it's the fake way to race, anyway.
Yeah, you just.
I honestly would argue that there's probably more front-wheel drive race cars on the planet than there
probably are actually.
Dominic, you're not helping my cause. Be quiet. No, I'm joking. Don't do that.
In all aspects of racing too.
I mean,
well,
they're more prolific as a car, aren't they? So.
Yeah, exactly. They're more approachable. They're cheaper. They're typically that's where a lot of amateurs start as front wheel drives.
I'm having a slightly blonde moment, so Don, could you run through the list and see if there's any alphas I've left and not put the restrictor on? I'm going to have to put Ben Arskers back on because he's jumping in and out the server there.
Yeah, give me one moment. So we got Senior, Silver, Nikola Kakis, Overstreet, Casper, Leach, and Olkers.
And Ben Asker's going to be back in a minute, I assume.
Indeed, it would be nice if we have 19 car grid then, which would be quite cool. But Angela Start comes across the line. Does improve? Oh, the timing's wigged out for her, which is a bit annoying because it did have a purple middle sector.
Yeah, I don't think it counted because the end of the session.
Yeah, as we wait for the session to tick down. Eventually. Who's still out on a lap? Is Lindblom, Bjorn and Casper. They should be going back to the pits in due course. They have seen the checkered flag, so either they'll be booted back to the pits very shortly.
I've got to say, watching one side of Zach arguing with someone in the chat is hilarious.
You are?
Zach's taking the
It
mick
is
out
always so
of,
funny.
Zach obviously doesn't have a mic, or doesn't use a mic for whatever reason. So he has conversations through the game chat with people.
Yeah.
And because I'm not in the voice chat like usual, I'm just seeing one side, which I'm like, what on earth is he going on about?
I don't know.
Learn your shapes.
Learn your shapes, god damn it, man. Person. But yeah, as we wait for the second race to kick off. No, it's not the second race, it's the qualifying for the second race. I'm getting ahead of myself because that was just a practice session. I'm getting too excited because this is going to be a tumbling and kind of mess around with the status quo of only having about one lap of qualifying for the second race. It's a 5-minute 1-lap shootout basically. So this will send the order into chaos, hopefully. That's the intended purpose of it.
Might be able to get 2 in at a stretch, but it's going to be it will be a very quick out lap to do that.
Yeah, so you're going to have to put your foot down instantly if you wanted the 2 laps, but Carol Zach will be the first car out and about.
Yeah, for next season I might go back to working out the timings for the one-shot qualifying as well for the second race.
Yeah, that might help.
Well, I'm going to throw all the complications at next season.
Absolutely.
Top 5 don't qualify.
One-shot qualities.
Mandatory tyre change. The works.
Just to make it like Formula 1, you know. Make rules up as you go. That's what keeps it fresh and fun.
It's what I've been doing for the last year and a half, so why stop now? You're all so happy I've just found in. God, those sausage... Whoever's made the mod, the sausage curbs are very exaggerated.
I don't know. I look at it every time I think that just shouldn't... It doesn't belong
If you
there.
look at the one on the inside of Samsung, it's about half the height of the car.
I know, right? It's insane. Right. Carol's like...
My sofa's smaller than that sausage curb.
Right. Carol Zach will be the first driver on a lap, and Angela Scott, she's right behind Carol Zach, and might be looking to benefit here from a cheeky slipstream, which would be interesting to see if that works out. Although Angela, I think
she's going to be quite close enough to go under.
Has backed off a little bit, probably the wiser thing to do. Now these 2 drivers will potentially get 2 laps. Oh, right, they will get 2 laps, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, quite easily, actually. What am I saying?
Yeah, I think we got about another minute, maybe 45 seconds before people start worrying about not getting one.
Yeah, 1 minute 55 flyer, isn't it? So, yeah, should be 2. First guys coming across should be should be able to get 2 laps in.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just went exit stage left there.
Who was that? I missed that.
Sure, it was a Merc. Might have been... Wasn't Alfie, Berwin.
Erwin?
Yeah, I think it was Erwin.
Yeah, because he's pulling over, letting Leach by.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Oh, this car doesn't look too bad. It looks, undamaged. Did he just...
Yeah, he just twitched off the outside of turn 1.
Ugh. Still saying his lap is valid, which is interesting.
We do like some of the track limits on mods.
So this is questionable at the best of times.
Oh, yeah,
do-
that's.
do
I don't.
kind of ask the drivers to have a bit of self-honesty with their laps if, in regards to track limits, if the game decides that the lap is valid and you've clearly been over the line. Right.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about this one is you don't really gain if you do go wide.
Hmm.
So it is a self-enforcer. Even if you do go wide, you're going to lose time anyway.
Yeah. So
So
we shall see. But people, very much respect it. But we'll stick with Karolzak who comes across down the final turn. This will be the first flying lap, or representative flying lap that we'll see. And indeed, a minute left on the clock. We'll get a second lap out of this. Nikola Kakiso has spun.
And Steve Bain and Lindblom, they all three came together right there, I believe.
155.4 for Karolzak. What's Angela done? 156.
169.
Oh, Bevan 155.9. The times are tumbling. People finding the confidence of their track now since the last race. It's BMW, Mercedes, BMW as it stands. Is that's Hill stopping on the corner? So Hill is done. He's not going to improve.
Silver. I think that was silver.
Oh,
And
that's
Bevan's
That's
pulling
silver.
over on the
Well,
second straightaway, it looks like.
Yeah, she's invalidated, I suspect.
Bevan's pulled over on the main straight, or second main straight, so that's his lap done. He's not going to improve.
Scotty's pushing. Not sure it's going to be enough. He's still 10th down on. She's still rather is still 10th down on Johan.
We'll stick with it and see what she can do.
I think Nikola Kakis just got across for a second lap. Because Lindblom and whoever else was just behind him did not even attempt the first turn, but he kept going.
Yeah, Nikola Kakis is on a lap. It's a personal best for Angela, so she will improve, but it's at this time it's not going to be enough challenge for P1.
Alfie just went for a drift and didn't.
So that's Alfie's lap ruined potentially, and that's going to be P2 for Alfie unless Angela can do anything about it. Angela to come up to the line. It's going to be
sure
close.
she's going to make enough to.
It's going to be close. 155.7.
That's a blind fastest third sector.
Oh.
Pips out. I don't think that's going to be very strange for Alfie. He's going to have to start from the second row.
Leach fourth, Erwin fifth as well. Last late improvements. Overstreet is potentially on a lap. He is on a lap. Ulcus goes sixth, so that's an improvement for him. Where's Chris going to go? Stays 12th. It does improve his time, but stays where he is. Leach Senior jumps up to 7th. Good lap for Leach Senior. Only last person is Jorgensen to come across the line. Is setting personal bests, but I'm not sure how much of an improvement it's going to be compared to his actual lap time.
Just going to point out that I managed to out-qualify Stevie and Tim Bob despite not taking part.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Showing it off. That's just showing it off. Your starting order for the final 30-minute race. Karolzak, Scott, Bevan, Leach, Erwin, Ulcus, Leach Senior, Hill, Casper, Hine, and Silver, Overstreet, Jorgensen, Nikola Kakis, Bain, Tim Bob. Lindblom didn't set a time, nor did Ben Asker. So they both
cluster of guys, didn't Stevie Bain and Tim Bob didn't they? A cluster of guys who just weren't able to get a time in.
So they'll be starting further down the order and will indeed potentially seek the wrath of the stewards if they've been found to not be able to set the time without making an attempt to do so. But
I suspect they made an attempt.
I suspect they did make an attempt. So
it is actually going to be. No, it's actually dropped me down to 21st, which is good. Otherwise, it was going to be a gap on the grid in front of people.
Should we do this
I've
all again for
accidentally
30 minutes then? This is going to be another 30 minutes of absolute chaos as we see everyone take to the grid. What a beautiful grid
I've
that is.
accidentally hit drive, so I'm going to have to very quickly get off the track once the
Oh dear. Oh Ben.
once the lights. Good thing is I'm at the back. I'm not sat in front of anyone, so it's not too big an issue.
Well, that's fine. Just you naughty person. 10 seconds to go until we see the lights out for the start of the final 30-minute race of the evening. And we are away. And everyone seems to get away well off the grid. Karolzak will lead them down into the first 10 in the background. Scott and Bevan will be going at it as we just briefly lose timing, and everyone's going wide.
Yeah.
Avoiding, there's a car off in the background. That is, it's Nikolakakis, Oscar, and Erwin dropping down the order.
Oh, yeah, Ben Asker went very wide there.
They're going to keep on going. So I wonder if that's just a little bit of rumpy bumpy and it just went a little bit wide because of it. No harm, no foul kind of thing.
Stevie Bain making a move on Bjorn Jug. Gets it through.
Two cars in one corner for Stevie Bain, so he'll take that and run for the hills.
Definitely looking happier so far in this one.
Indeed, and when I mean run for the hills,
Scott?
we won't have far to go being in Scotland.
I was just seeing that Scott dropped down to fourth, so they did not get a good jump off the line there, that's for sure.
No, they didn't. And
Alfie and Leach both making the moves.
Just spotted that as well. As Leach goes for the over-under. Later on the brakes potentially in the Alpha. Nope, backs out of it. But then that puts Scott right into contention again in the BMW.
Yep, Scotty tucking under the rear wing of that Alpha.
The four-wheel drive will help in the corners along the straights. They might be a bit vulnerable to the cars around them. We'll see as they go through the final turn and get some really good drive off. You can see the Alpha just wants to turn through that last corner. You can tell by the way he's just been able to get the power down.
As the four-wheel drive gets on the path. Now that's risky from Leach, putting tyres on the curb at the outside of turn one.
It is absolutely. Keeps it going nonetheless. Changes up and down the order. Silver fighting with Hill. Hill getting the best of him, and now Jacob Hine behind. A recovering Jacob Hine, let's be honest, is trying now to make a move along them both, but not until Hill and Silver have their own little battle and have their own exchange of words.
Zach gambling and locking the brakes into the hairpin there, but manages to pull it off.
Indeed. Oh, Hill's going to look up the inside. Oh, Leach and Olkers are coming together. That's a massive crash on that right-hander. That became a very quickly. Look, I'll say that again. That quickly became a very dangerous situation there for those drivers, but they will get going again.
Parks right on the apex. No, Leach gets it very squirrely and off into the weeds there.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Look at the back of his car.
Yeah. That's not going to do the rear downforce any favours.
That is not going to buff out as he goes down the inside. He's still going at it.
Stop him going for a move on Erwin, though.
Gee
That was a definite touring car pass.
That was elbows out and doors out a little bit there as well. Gets moved down around the outside. Jesus Christ. 99 problems, but a damaged car ain't one. As he continues to race. So obviously not feeling the very obvious damage on the rear of his car. Meanwhile, Lindblom and Tim Bob going to end up side by side into turn 1. Mercedes versus BMW, with the BMW being on the inside. But Mercedes goes a little bit wide, and then but that's moved done for the BMW. Yeah, BMW should I say? Yeah.
Erwin gets the move back on Leach there, and is now looking to pass Olkers.
Around the outside.
Ooh,
Oh, Stevie
That's
Bain.
Bain. Yeah, Bain's around dropping.
Yeah, he just spotted him in the
Stevie.
wall. A quick bumblebee
Olkers is
coloured
around
car.
too, though. Olkers is all the way back into 12th now.
Oh no, he did that. He was involved in that incident.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Didn't go around. I think he just got maybe pushed out of the way of Leach.
Carrying a lot of damage as Olkers.
He was caught up in that incident here at this corner as he's just going through as a car sliding. That's a Leach having a massive slide. It's just absolute insanity of a race. So I'm only about 5 minutes in.
It's always the first 5 minutes that'll do for you.
It is, and then everything calms down. It'll go absolutely hectic again when they decide to do their pit stops. Habibo 24, 90s DTM at a track like this rides like a roller coaster. Hell yes! Absolutely.
Up at the front, Alfie is trying to close down Karlzak, and I think that's going against Alfie's instincts with the way the car's been handling from the last few weeks. He's having to keep that Merc very pointy through the corners. Where he's been sliding it for the last few weeks, he's now having to really be precise to try and make time up.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it suits it. Oh, Silver and Ash Hill going at it. We'll quickly jump down to that battle. Apologies for jumping away from the leaders as they get a bit door bangy on brakes, and the BMW gets a bit excited on the rear.
Slides it, but cuts Zach off from making the move through doing it.
Yep, absolutely. So Hill will retain that position. And Lindblom and Erwin going at it again, and Lindblom getting the better of Erwin. There's Erwin. Where's
ran
Erwin
wide
gone?
right there. Yeah, ran wide.
That would explain it.
It was there, and then they weren't. Where did they go?
So who's there? Oh, not this way, I know that. Oh, who's that going wide? That is... Oh, it's Lindblom going wide, and Tim Bob going wide ahead of him as well. There's a train of about 4 cars here. So Leach Senior, Hines, Silver and Hill.
It's getting to be more than 4 cars. They're all coming up on a further train here.
Oh, it's a Hill train.
Yeah, it's about to be the Hill Express once they come together.
Wow, choo-choo, peoples.
From everywhere from
Proper Alonso move right here.
Yeah, everyone from 5th down to about 12th are covered within sighting distance of each other.
Oh, good lord.
Feels like, but I'm sitting in 4th, so you guys can wait.
This 4th, you have to fight me for it. New fastest lap, Johan Karlzak 155.4. Beaver's last lap 156.3.
Yeah, Johan's found... Clearly, he's happy with the BMW around here. I was saying to you, it's a very pointy car. It's very nimble. It puts its power down well. And
So I'm about to put a hole in your story right now before you finish it. They are on opposite tires.
that will probably help.
So Karlzak went with softs, and then Bevan through Silver are all on mediums, and then Hein is on softs, Leach on mediums, Bob and Lindblom are both on softs.
That's a bit intriguing in its own right.
So it's a pretty good split here in the second race.
Alfie's not been fond of doing the contra strategy so far. He's liked to go soft to medium.
Yeah, he's done that every race, so that's a pretty weird that he switched it up.
Clearly, Johan's pace round here is making him feel like he needs to
Think about something, yeah.
try something a bit different.
Oh, absolutely. In the chat, Ben 22 Racing a little late to the party. What a track. Fashionably late, good sir. Welcome to the stream. And Habibo 24 versus lessons older now this. This is what I call a nice finish for a Monday. We do aim to please, good sir. Rounding off your Mondays in style. As yeah, he said, "Oh, hello, that's Erwin going very deep, and that is also Lindblom making a move on Hein, which was, and then I say he made a move, and then
Casper trying to go round the outside.
What's happening with Casper?
No, ooh, Erwin chops the nose off there, gets on the racing line and says no.
This place is mine, good sir. You must not pass. You shall not pass. Right, pit window's open. Are we going to get a last minute divers into the pit lane? I don't think we are. That was very inconvenient timing for anyone to pit there, really.
Yeah, I think the soft runners are going to still go. Oh, big slide from Erwin.
Yeah, just caught that on stream, and there's a bit of door banging with Casper, and Casper's round, and he makes contact with another car trying to rejoin.
That was Olkers. Goes from bad to worse for Olkers and Casper there.
Oh, that's not going to go down well with the steward. Is that supported? Oh, he's giving the place back.
Yeah.
We don't actively say that to drivers in the briefings, but we can't stop them from doing it, and to be perfectly honest, it is a gentlemanly thing to do.
Zach Silver closing down Ash Hill for fourth.
Oh,
with Leach Senior on his tail.
Oh, Leach is made a comeback, isn't he?
Yeah, the Leaches have swapped. Oh, Zach locks up and goes very deep there.
He still keeps it going. So he's not doing horribly. He's locking up, but he can survive the lock-up, so he'll be alright.
I'd say the soft runners have another minute to 2 minutes of life in their tyres, really.
Yeah,
to really make speed out of it. After that, they're going to have to either suffer through to try and make a strategy work or bail to the pits.
No, absolutely. Right. Any of these guys going to dive into pit lane? Yes, Silver's diving into the pits.
That's a big lock up into the pits there. The auto brake comes on.
Oh, Silver's in, Heinz in, Lindblom's in, Tim Bobber's in as well. First of your pit stoppers for this race.
That's very early for a medium runner to come in.
It is 17 minutes to go. They'll have to go to hards or softs. It's the only other two tyres they can take.
You can make the softs last to the end, but you're not going to have much pace by the end of that stint.
No, exactly. Kind of want the sharp end of those tyres to work for you for as long as you can. Oh, Leach getting very slidey.
Zach on the hards.
Oh, wow.
That's a gamble.
Did this last race, it kind of sort of worked out for him, didn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't. He had a lot more space around him in the last race, though.
We'll see what happens.
If you're in a train of cars, that you're putting yourself at a disadvantage going on those hard tyres.
He's managed to find air, though. He's got a good 19, 20 odd seconds ahead of him. You've got Jacob Hind about 3 seconds behind him now on the mediums.
Yeah, it's the guys behind I think he's going to have to worry about.
Oh, dearest of dears.
The pace on the medium and the softs are pretty comparable, but the hards are very much not.
Yeah.
I tried them once and swore never again.
Karolzak, though, most notably, continuing. Or getting very slidey on the exit of turn 1, though. No one else, I think, has pitted. No, Hill hasn't.
I wonder if anyone's looked at what Leach did in race 1 and is thinking about going very, very long on their stint.
Yeah, it might be an option. Leach, though, having to defend from a charging Erwin. And I have a feeling he might. Oh no, not going to let the move happen. They go side by side through turn 1. Leach now having to really give up the inside line, and that is move done for Owen. Oh, I say that a touch on the exit.
I think that might have been a touch of netcode there, to be honest. The leeches are joining us from South Africa. Their pings are a little bit higher. It can make traditional touring car moves a little bit risky.
I'm not doing that again. I'm
not
sorry.
even sure what that accent
No,
was.
I don't know either. I'm sorry.
That New Zealand?
I don't. Ask me to do a New Zealand accent, I will do a completely different accent than what I actually intended. So I have no idea. I'm sorry, okay? I'm so sorry.
The advantage for Leach.
Yeah, you're not getting any accents out of me. So don't ask.
Oh, sorry guys, sorry to interrupt you. Beaven's lost second to Scott. Beaven's struggling.
His usual driving style just isn't working. We've watched him the last few weeks on the. I mean, I've been watching it back on the replays. He's been sliding the car through, and it just doesn't seem to be working for him round here. I think the corners are too slow to make it work.
Yeah. Well, he's going to struggle to make up time if he keeps on doing that. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes of the pit stop window left. We are still awaiting our lead cars to enter the pits. They're going to leave it as late as they possibly can. Kawasaki will have to go into the mediums. Presumably is around the outside.
Round the outside. Risky, trying to find the apex on that uphill chicane.
Just had to look away from it because I thought they were going to make contact up into that uphill left-hander, but they get away with it.
The good thing is, for the guys who are struggling with who have taken damage, unlike ACC, which obviously follows the real-life GT3 rules, it does everything at the same time in AC. So it'll put all your fuel in, it'll do your repairs, and it'll do your tyre changes all at once. So the longest part of it is the tyre change. So you'll have the car repaired and refueled and ready to go by the time the tyres are done. So you're not going to lose time on the repairs.
So yeah, so we cheat our way around that, don't we, with AC? Mind you, both Scott and Beaven sliding the cars through the corner.
Yeah.
They're both doing pretty much exactly the same thing.
Wow. Fighting very hard for that P2 spot.
They are indeed. And I just want to keep an eye on our leader, so I want to see what he does with about just over 2.5 minutes after the pit window. Is he going to dive for the pit lanes? He's going a bit slower through that corner, and it is a dive for the pits.
Yeah. Yeah, barrels it into the pit lane, lets the auto brake slow down.
Yeah. Oh, that's a late dive from Alfie. Misses the pit lane.
Oh,
He's not even on the track.
oh no!
He's hit the pit wall.
He's yeah. I'm not sure where he is. I think he's up in the paddock somewhere.
He's on into the paddock.
At the medical center.
He's in the car park.
He's in
I think he's parked next to the medical center where he probably needs to be.
Yeah, and Scott's round as well.
Oh, Scott! Yep, Scott's way off in the grid. Oh, who else is that behind him?
That is also
That was Ben Asker.
Ben Asker.
Yep. It's all coming apart here at the end. That's.
I mean, Alfie's
no, not
Alfie's
really out.
It's a return to garage.
That'll be a lap down.
Alfie's out.
Alfie's
left.
out.
Yeah.
DNF.
I wonder if it blew his engine or something and he's having to come back in.
I would not be surprised if it didn't.
Oh no, that was a massive. I think he realised the leader was pitting, and just dived for the pit lane and hit the wall on the way in, so he left it too late.
Yeah, clipped out into the back rooms of the track there.
Oh, Silver is around in turn 2, 3.
Oh, where is he? Silver, where are you? I've missed you. Can't
Back
see.
moving again now.
It gets going again. I'm in shock. I am really in shock.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm more interested to see what is that going to do to
Alfie's
the
back
points.
in now. It's going to be a lap down.
At least it'll be one lap for the return to pits, and then however much longer it took him to actually get back.
Oh jeez, would he get disqualified because he wouldn't have started mandatory?
Yeah, how much longer is left in
Oh.
that?
17 seconds.
No,
Oh, no.
he crept forward and then backed back into the pit lanes.
Oh,
so he's doing the mandatory now.
Smart guy.
Smart
guy.
Very
Smart.
well. Yeah, clever. Very well done.
Oh, Erwin
though-
and Silver coming together a little bit right there.
But meanwhile, Scott's in the pits. Karolzak is P2. Pit window is now closed, but through P3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th.
It has DQ'd Alfie.
Alfie. Oh,
I think it's DQ'd him.
Yeah, I believe so.
dear Lord.
This is one of the risks we running mod tracks. Sometimes they are not cooperative with the way an official track would be, but it's definitely
I don't think that being an official or a modded track would have helped him any there. Just because of the time that the incident occurred, I think, and him leaving and coming back, it just happened.
I think in the way that you can clip into the car park in the that you can't do on an official track.
Yeah, that would be the. But I think the blown motor though, I think that is what sent it.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. I'm absolutely speechless.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often.
No.
You didn't have to agree with me.
We've noticed.
It is not a common occurrence.
Thank you both for pointing that out. And there's Lucy and Chaisley.
Oh wow!
It's the leeches.
Oh. That's going to cause problems in that household.
The leeches have had to come in together. That family dinner is going to be a little bit more awkward. So, Zach Silver's out. Well, not out, but off the track.
Get a little bump from Erwin there.
Yeah, indeed. And then
and he comes back and bumps Senior. No.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That was interesting. How did Zach get so much speed coming back on the track right there? I swear he closed in at like 20 mile an hour faster and just drove through him, it looked like.
Gotta love that four-wheel drive acceleration.
Senior's gone off again, bless him. Leech Senior, should I say. Just not calling him an old. But Leech Senior goes off again and but he gets going again, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Olkers and Erwin are looking mighty, potentially quite racy. Olkers being the one to charge on Erwin for 5th place. Can't quite do anything with it yet. That's spread the field out a little bit now, sadly. So we'll be deprived of a battle there with the leeches coming together.
It's got a bit chaotic, this one, hasn't it?
That's just
it looks like the closest battle we have is Hill and Bob. As Hill actually just gets past Bob.
Yeah, we just jumped on there as you said it, and
just had a message from Alfie. He tried to drive forward and do the reverse, do the pit stop, but it still disqualified him. So there's not much he can do there. So gutted for Alfie on that one. It's he did make every effort to get back into the server from the issue that led to him to be off in the car park.
Yeah, no one can fault him for that, really.
Not at all.
It's a shame, but it is a couple of things of.
I know he's not sure whether he's going to be here next week for Norris String either. So Yeah, he hit an invisible wall and it clipped him into the car park.
Yes,
Uh,
Alfie just parked the car and went home. Oh no.
I think it was parked for him in this case.
He had some sort of valet service, didn't he? Leach losing out to Silver, but then it's potentially going to come back at him through the final turn. Indeed he does. The Alpha 4-wheel drive showing why it's quite dominant, especially out of the corners, but the straight line speed of the cars around them are still maybe just trumping them a little bit. But that is, for now, move done for the Leech until Zach is able to make the move again. 4th and 5th though, side by side, just a bit further up from them, through the uphill
Good.
left-hander.
Irwin very much on a recovery drive there as well.
Yeah, he is indeed. He's having now to defend from Lin. Oh no, made the move on Lindblom. Olkers in the background was charging down on Irwin 4th. And I think Lindblom may have just made the move work.
Yeah.
Nope.
Looks maybe not. No.
Not
I'll tell you,
quite.
Lindblom's made a fair few moves already. He's 13 places up from his starting position.
Good drive that is. They go side by side, they make contact through that fast uphill right-hander. Left-hander, should I say? No, it is right-hander, into left. It was a right-hander. They still survive it somehow.
That's what we were
Looks like
saying about all
through-
the fights having stopped.
Oh, there's no fights, there's absolutely fights ensue.
Stevie Bain making a move on Tim Bob.
Oh, admin versus admin, because that's going to go down well.
Very close into the tight left-hander. Stevie taking a lot of curb, but manages to hold the inside for the right-hander down into the final turn.
But is Timber going to get the cut back? No, it has to dive into the slipstream.
Slipstream is very good in these cars. It does give you a good chance to make a move. So if Tim can hang on the back, might not be over for him yet.
Just. Oh, look at this. This is a slipstream.
Closing. Pops to the inside.
He's closing, and the inside line will help him through turn 1. So it's very wide.
Yeah, the overspeed carried him off.
And then that's a move back for Stevie Rain. So thank you very much. Don't know what you were doing out there. And now I'll go and take that position back from you if you so please give it back.
Right back on him though.
Yes, that's the thing. Zach Silver and Casper going at it as well. And that's move done. We'll just go back to the Stevie Bain Tim Bob battle. There's always a little love tap between the two admins. Just a very quick speed boost there for Tim Bob on exit.
Stevie helping Tim along on his way past.
Well, that's moved done. I say that's moved done. Massive
Tim.
slide from Tim.
And Tim's himself.
Tim has Timmed himself indeed. All out Fops in chat sending the sender emojis. Yeah, we're going to send it left, right and centre. Oh, please don't, guys. It's entertaining, but it's not nice to the stewards to have to nitpick their way through that.
Nah, they love it.
They love it, really. It's fine. Thank you for dropping by. Pleasure to have you. And we will wait.
Tim's not letting this go, but he's now got Alex coming up on the back of him. Alex Nikolakakis.
Oh God! And he's quick. He is a quick driver. But sadly, he's just been caught up in a couple of lap 1, lap 2 incidents, and he's just failed to recover from them. Really, sadly. So,
got a little bit of a battle for third place shaping up here. Irwin's been working on Hine.
It's not a little bit of a battle. It is a battle. Owen and Hine, this is for the final podium position. 1 minute left to go. This is technically the best of the rest. If you discount Scotty from being in second place.
Yep, Scotty's well away in second, Johan well away in first. He's just driven away. He's avoided all the chaos and has run off away with it.
Yeah, he's definitely pulled an Alfie with this one. He's like, I'm going.
Okay. Oh, it's a slow car. That's Ben Asker. He's going to rejoin in front of these guys. There's always contact between them.
Well, that was close.
Yeah, Oscar doing his best to get out. He does very well, does Ben, trying to keep out the way when faster cars are around him.
Side by side, up fast left-hander. Now go on hard onto the brakes. Trying to keep the car stable down into the downhill right-hander. And this is it. As there's one more lap. So you have one more lap for third and fourth to battle away.
Yep, Johan's not backing off this time. He's going for that 16th lap.
It is indeed.
Could this possibly throw anybody's gas off? Ooh.
Ooh.
Extra
Ooh.
lap.
Ooh.
We've seen it happen before. What was it last week?
Wrong.
Yeah, who missed field last week by like 100 meters, I think it was.
No, exactly. Wasn't expecting the BMW 1-2, neither was I. And all that Fox been helping a friend of racing, been helping them improve their consistency a lot. That's awesome. That's wonderful to hear.
Absolutely.
Get them racing here, and we can really put them to the test. So, I say that.
Owen is out of fuel.
Owen's out of fuel.
Oh no! Yeah, I knew someone was going to do it. I just looked. It was 50 laps last time. I'll only put 50 laps.
Exactly. I knew it would happen.
He's getting going again.
Oh, what was that?
Maybe not then. Maybe something not playing.
Maybe thought the white was the checkered.
Oh, did he think that was the end of the race?
No,
he didn't.
Oh, no.
That's the worst.
Zach Silver parked off on the inside of the
that is out of
he
fuel.
might be out of fuel. Yeah, he's probably out of fuel.
Yeah, I think yes, he is not moving there. So.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the new battle for P3 is now Olkers and Hein.
Where's Olkers come from all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he was like a second behind, I thought, at least.
He's going to challenge all the way to line. But however, we will say congratulations, Johan Kalozak. He has taken a checkered flag. Congratulations, sir. Two wins out of 2? That's just... You did realize, right?
2 from 2.
2 from 2. The next person to come across the line is Angela Scott. Very good victory for herself. Will take second place. Third place is still up for grabs though. Hein and Olkers
very much up for grabs.
going at it. The
I
Alpha.
don't know if that Alpha will pull him though.
We'll see. Olkers will go down into the final turn.
Yeah, I don't think that last turn's slow
yeah,
enough
I
to
don't
give the
think-
Alpha the advance. Oh, I'll say that.
I'll say
Yeah,
that.
right.
It's gonna be
Closing right up.
They're going to go side by side across the line. Who's going to get it? I think the Mercedes might just hold out. No, it's going to be Olkers!
Yep.
Olkers at the line!
Oh, jeez.
On the line.
0.015 of a second.
Holy bejesus.
Lim Bloom, Leach,
Never
Irwin.
say that we don't give you action on a Monday night.
I was right down to it. Oh, it looks like oh no, I was a thought. Jorgensen was a little closer to Bain there, but not quite going to be able to get it done at the
No,
line.
not quite, sadly.
Stevie across. Tim across.
Oh, and just floors it into the...
The wheels left the car, everything.
Everything just left the car there. That was definitely interesting. And that, guys, is the end of Monday Night AC. Your finishing order for that final race, Karolzak taking P1. Very much a congratulations is in order for Karolzak, taking home both wins of round 4 this week at Portimao. Angela Scott in second, Olkers third, Hein fourth, Lindboom fifth, Leach sixth, Irwin seventh, Casper eighth, Hill 9th, Leach Senior in 10th. It's incredible that CT Grass is following on Twitch. Pleasure, thank you so much for the follow. Nicola Kakis in 11th, Bain 12th, Jorgensen 13th, Bob 14th, Overstreet 15th, Silver classified as 16th, sadly, and DNF potentially because of running out of fuel. 17th, Ben Asker, and Alfie Beaven. What could have been for Bevan in 18.
Bevan parked it and started pre-gaming real early.
Yeah, from the looks of it, it looks like the mod has the pit wall extended by about 6 feet
Oh,
invisibly
no.
past where it's actually showing on screen. So as Alfie dived in for the pits at the last second, yeah, he hit something that didn't appear to be there.
Oh,
It's
God.
the risks we run with mods, but
The thing is you would never know that
yeah,
until you do that.
until you
Until it
Yeah.
happens, that's the thing. It's
You know, like
he's
that's
lost.
it's gutting. It is. Oh, I think I just lost Discord as we finish the evening. Let's hang fire for a second as we wait for Discord to come back.
that sucks.
Fuel. As you cross the line
On the white
thinking
flag.
it was
Yeah.
the last lap. Thinking it was the last lap.
There we go. We did lose you guys there in Discord for a second, and yes, just to confirm, was that the tail end of the discussion about a driver potentially finishing the race when they thought they did? And it wasn't,
Yes, Zach didn't run out of fuel. He decided to, in celebration of his P8, blow up his engine.
Oh, glorious!
On the white flag.
Yeah,
On
thinking it was the last lap.
Was it the same for the other driver as well? Potentially, do we know it was?
I think Erwin did think it was the white, but didn't blow their motor and kept going.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear Lord. Folks, it has been a pleasure to bring you this stream back on Twitch now for the foreseeable, and we will be back tomorrow night with the next round of the new Assetto Corsa Competizione season, the Sprint Cup. 20-minute races, mayhem, I'm sure, will ensue. Until then, guys, Ben, Dominic, it's been a pleasure. Any last words before we sign off on Twitch?
Oh, it's been a great night, and I look forward to being back in the car next week.
Dominic, anything else from you?
Yep, another good week of racing here, and we'll see you next week on Monday.
Guys, it's been a pleasure to say and signing off. Same time next week for the next round of the Historic DTMs. Until then, we'll speak to you all again tomorrow. Take care.